Have you ever felt like you were different, misunderstood, or beyond your time? Have you ever felt like your perceptivity wasn't reciprocated? Today, I'll be sharing with you how to determine your soul age. This includes yourself and others. There are 5 different soul ages that a soul goes through on the physical plane: infant, baby, young, mature, and finally old. Now, I want to say that most people are between young and mature. They're at this transition point. And so, a lot of times, when pain, trauma, and calamity strikes, it does make people level up faster. I would also like to say that there are 7 levels within each soul age, ranging from initiation to mastery. So, infant. The primary concern is survival. It is mainly about navigating the ropes of how to function, how to cope, and how to deal with the daily stresses of life. You will find that infant souls usually live in tribes and they tend to um, be the most connected with Mother Nature, but in a very innocent way. They're usually the ones to react with the most violence, and they tend to be the most untamed. And you'll find them most likely living in places that are very close to the equator, or, you know, living in places that are very hazardous to your health, like, hurricanes, tornadoes, any man made disaster you can think of is what that soul needs to experience to get the ropes of survival. So everything regarding survival is their primary concern. They are typically very innocent by nature. And then you have baby. This is the age where the soul's consciousness is fully developed and it learns the value of family, community, and following the rules and regulations. This soul tends to have a dogmatic, absolutist, fundamentalist mentality and also tends to be fairly innocent by nature, but it moves up from lower to um, lower intermediate. Baby is also when the soul learns, how to do things that are socially appropriate, how to follow authority. That's what it seeks. A lot of times, late baby souls go into the military just to get a taste of what authority is like, how to follow it, because it's preparing itself for the young soul phase. Now, young soul phase, that's the stage when the soul tries to see how far it can go into the world and be successful. It's sort of like a boomerang: infant, baby, young. Young is the furthest it goes with the boomerang. Um, a lot of politicians, a lot of sharks are at this level. I mean, at this soul age, it's all about competition, making money, fame, fortune, power. The soul wants to see just how far it can go into the external world, just how much wealth, how much influence it can amass, how much prestige. So I can give an example of this. Donald Trump, Miley Cyrus. There are a lot of young souls. Also, I can give an example of baby too. Now that I think about giving examples, like Richard Nixon, Adolph Hitler. And then when it comes to infant, I'll just go full circle before I go to mature. You have like David Bowie. So, anyways, back to young. This is where a lot of capitalist countries are at, like United States or China. And In these countries, money is worth more than human lives. The concern is on achieving. Until the soul learns in the next stage, matures, that it is about the deeper connections that matter. So mature is basically synonymous to a person who is an adult in perception. And also infant, I'll go back. Infant is like this person who is 0 to 4, but it's like how old the soul is. And you comparing it to um, human years. So 0 to 4, baby is like 4 to 13, and young is like 13 to 29. So when I say mature, it's like a person who is 29 to 50 years old. The soul is that old if you were to put it into biological years. So the soul is looking for emotional and neurological stability at this stage. And it's usually the most intense stage, the most intense age, because the soul realizes that it wants something more. It's not happy with how it is on the inside or the outside and wants a change. It wants a drastic transition. And I'll talk more about this boomerang effect, this drastic transition, in another video. But basically, the mature soul wants to broaden its horizons. It goes from being more conservative to more liberal, more egalitarian, more democratic. I think a great example of a mature soul would be maybe Johnny Depp or Barack Obama. Those are the two examples I can think about mature, and they tend to just have very nuanced, rich, insightful inner worlds. Because this is the first stage, the first age where the soul goes within and says, hey, I want more than just the money. I want more than just what I can achieve. I want a deeper connection. I want to be abundant in other areas. I want a soulmate, someone who can speak to my soul. Even Marvin Gaye is a great example of mature. It's a very intense level. It's a very intense age where the soul wants more. That's the best I can put it. Wants more to life than what's on the surface. So after mature, you have old. That is like a soul who, if you were to put their age into a biological age, it would be 56 or older. This soul's motto is live and let live, and is very philosophical, intellectual, and spiritual by nature. Whereas the mature soul wants to reach the masses, the old soul understands that yes, it would be nice to reach the masses, but usually only 1 or 2 people are going to listen to my message. So basically, quality over quantity is all that matters. This is when the soul is going to soon cycle off the planet and realize that, I have to make the best of all of my lives. Usually, this soul has a lot of parallel and simultaneous lives going on at the same time. You can usually tell by looking at the old soul that they're an old soul just by their eyes. They tend to have this wise, penetrating stare that they exude, and it's like they can see directly into your soul. They're also unafraid to make eye contact, whereas a mature soul will make eye contact, but sometimes doesn't want to do it because they feel a little uncomfortable. And usually, the higher the soul, the less likely they are to be afraid of eye contact. The less likely they are to be violent, the less likely they are to stress out. The mature soul tends to stress out more than the old soul. The old soul can be lazy, and they're like, you know, it is what it is. You can only control so much. They have to kind of like push themselves to do things because they're kind of tired of playing the Matrix. They're kind of tired of playing the old game, the experiment. And they just see through it all typically. They also have a better chance of seeing the cosmic picture. You know, it starts off as tribal issues, family issues, national issues, global issues, and finally cosmic issues at the old soul stage. And also, the higher the stage or the age, the higher the compassion typically. So, starting out from early old soul, the soul is usually trying to repeat other lessons at different ages, just from a higher level of awareness until it reaches only fifth, which is when it reaches Christ consciousness. So once again, there are 7 levels in each soul age, and you can find much more information on this website called michaelsteachings.com. I would highly recommend it, and I would even get my energy channeled if you want to know like what's your particular soul age and level. I know I did, so I'm waiting for that. And if you have any more questions on soul age, I can let you know, but I want to make it clear. I will go over and recap what each soul age's motto and perspective is. So the infant soul's main motto is survival. Baby is belonging, community. Young is power, achievement, wealth. Mature is connection, neurological stability, balance. And old is live and let live. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will be posting another video on the boomerang effect. And I'll be giving you more enlightening, empowering content